What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. Today is a very special episode. Today is actually the 365th day of A Beer a Day with TK.
You made it.
Yeah. I'm sure my doctor probably wouldn't be thrilled that I made it, but I made it, right? I don't even say it's been a weird kind of ride. This started a year ago with me sitting here. I just moved into this house. I was kind of pissed off because the pandemic was in full effect. You couldn't do anything, couldn't visit anybody, couldn't go anywhere. And, I decided, let's make some new friends and drink some beers on the internet. And, to be honest, I had no idea how it was going to go. I thought people would just mock you or make fun of you or be nasty. And for the most part, like I said the other day, really hasn't been that way. It's been an awesome experience. A lot of people, obviously, I want to say thanks to. So at the top of the list, Anderson, my homeboy, thanks for coming in, doing some of these videos with me. Pete, thanks for sending out so many great beers for us to review from Pennsylvania and other places. Thanks to my wife, Evelyn, for putting up with this bullshit that we've been doing for the last year and tolerating this. And thanks to all the other beer reviewers. It's kind of funny. When I started this, I thought any fool can do this. Just sit on your deck and record it. And then you kind of realize how much work goes into it. And you start to learn. And you learn from a lot of the other beer reviewers. So there's people on the list. If you go, I have a playlist or whatever with all the other beer reviewers, so you can check some of them out if you're interested. Some of them are kind of new. Some of them have been doing this for a long time. And you know what? You can learn something from all of them, even the new guys. So, I guess here's just a few people that I watch. I just want to say what's up to. So Aussie Beer Noob, Bibulous Brian, Big Sip Beer Reviews, Don's Beer Reviews, This Guy's Thoughts, Japanese Beer Reviews, Josh Ellis, The Malted Gentleman, Wayne's Beer Reviews, Blue Ice, Fridays Are For You, Uncle Bub down in Tennessee. The Angler's Grog Review, Mad Dan over in Australia doing great videos. Bullman's Beer Reviews over in the UK. Rod J Beer Ventures, one of the OGs here in Ohio doing beer reviews. Shane's Craft Beer, my Canadian cousin, doing great things. Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. Used to be Hillbilly Select Beer Reviews, I guess, down in Kentucky. And Ronald Terrio, LA Beer Reviews. One of the real OGs. He's been doing this for, 10 years, man. And all these people were super cool with me, have interacted with me. A lot of them have given me tips and advice on how to do this stuff, and I greatly appreciate it.
What is this, your acceptance of speech for some
It
award?
is. Yeah, it is. That's what I feel like, man. Like Sandra Bullock's here or something, right? Kanye going to come up and steal the mic. I just wanted to say thanks to all these people, and I've learned a lot from looking at your beer reviews. I've learned a lot from the way you guys do things. And just as beer connoisseurs and people enjoy it, I love seeing what you have in other places. So you see something like beers in Australia, or you see Japan, and it's stuff, we don't see on the shelves here. So it's a wide world of beers out there. Check them out, man. A lot of good channels.
I know we've touched on this the other day, but what are your future plans for this channel?
Channel's going to keep grooving. I'm not going to stop. I'm probably not going to do one every single day, just because work and time and, probably general health wouldn't be great if I did one every single day. And the other thing is that you probably know, even when you do one beer, you're probably going to have a couple off camera. So just because you do one doesn't mean you necessarily just have one.
Right, you got to have one to warm up and then...
Yeah, and then you bought a six-pack, so what the heck, you got to have one or two of the others. So I'll probably do 2 or 3 a week. I'm going to try to do more stuff with the serial killer videos. I'm going to try to do a bit more with the beers with the brewers. We have one lined up this coming Saturday, so we'll have a new beers with the brewers out. I'd like to do more of those now that more breweries are opening up and we can travel again. It would be cool to be able to go to some spots, talk to some brewers, and just kind of learn about their experiences. So keep your eyes out for that. We'll probably do that Saturday, maybe have it uploaded Sunday, depending on how long it takes me to edit it and what shape I'm in after
how
we
many
get
beers
back.
we have.
Exactly. What shape we're in when we get back from the brewery.
I know we said this a couple videos earlier, and you touched on this, but it is just watching you from my side. You do put a lot of work into this. There's a lot of prep work involved and a lot of post work involved.
Yeah.
Nobody out there in the world sees you do.
Yeah, I mean, and I've said this before, I can't imagine what it's like for, the people that do this full time as their job, basically, right? I mean, obviously we're not making no money. We're just doing this as something for enjoyment and to meet people, talk to people.
It's an excuse to drink beers.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But, I mean, you think about, there are people that, I guess, pay their rent doing this. I can't imagine the amount of time and effort that goes into what those folks are doing. So, it's enough yapping. You ready for this beer?
Sure, yes.
You got something special. Anderson bought this one out for the year anniversary here. What is this thing, man? Where'd you get it?
I picked this up at Rosie's Wine Shop up in Lakewood, Ohio, a few months ago. I mean, actually, I think I had picked it up around Christmas time. Been sitting on it for you, and it is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Porter.
And this is from Collective Arts
Yes,
from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So
Extra strong beer.
365 is a Canadian brew here, right?
yes.
What do we know about it? I'm trying to look at the stats here. It says it was aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels for 1 year. 11.5% ABV. Ratings wise, it does pretty good on Untapped at a 4.14. Beer Advocate, no reference. So we don't really, we don't know what people thought about it there. But the Untapped scores are quite high. Let's check this bad boy out.
Let's open this up.
It's kind of cool. Comes in this cylinder, right? The other thing that's cool here, it says limited edition print inside, and it has the name of the artist here, and it looks like it is Katie Spofford, Spofford. Limited edition print inside. That's pretty neat.
And it has her, I don't know if it's her Instagram or what it is, but it says at Neat Designs Co.
Neat Designs Co. So if you're interested in artwork, check out Katie's art, right? Look at this. Very fancy.
This is definitely fancy.
All right. You want to check out the print?
Yes, let's see if I can get this out without destroying
Without mangling it. Hopefully it hasn't been damaged from having the beer bottle in there.
That's what I would wonder, if the sweat from the beer bottle, and it has.
A little bit of sweat on it.
Yes.
That sucks. It's an interesting photo. Interesting picture. It's basically the label of the bottle here.
Pretty neat.
I'd put that back in there, man, and hopefully it dries out so you can hang it up on the wall or do something with it.
Yeah, it's a shame it got a little damp from the moisture.
Yeah. Probably what happens when we put it in try to cool it off. I didn't realize it was in there. I'd taken it out ahead of time.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
But let's put that off here. So we go about the bottle. Got anything good on here? Extra strong beer. Bière Extra Forte. Some government warnings. Not a heck of a lot more. Just that little sun logo, the artist's name, and the bottle. Now, let's do this.
That's pretty neat to do a collaboration like that with an artist.
Collective Arts always does that, and if you go to the website, it actually has like a lot of the links to all the artists and stuff, which is pretty cool. As someone whose daughter is in art school, I know they need as much attention and support as they can get, man. So it's cool to see that they're helping them out. We got a little bit of the gun smoke coming out of this one.
That is dark.
Yeah.
That looks like motor oil.
Yeah, we've been drinking beers for a couple days now, so this is going to go down nicely.
Get some of them chunks in there so you can...
Yeah, I'm going to give them chunks to you, bro.
Although I don't know if there's any in there.
Let me see. No. Tiny little bit of stuff on the bottom there, but nothing too nuts.
Make sure you get that in your glass.
Let's see this. The head looks quite nice, man.
It does. It's nice brown, tan.
Color, if we're going off our chart here, I'm going to go with this is black, number 40. This is about as dark as you can get. Head, not a big head. It's probably about maybe a finger's worth there if you've got thin fingers. Nice tan looking head. Looks decent.
But like I said, it is dark.
Yeah. And that's just sitting there too, man. Look at that on the side. It's nice.
What is this, a wine? You looking at the lacing?
Yeah, let's give it a smell. Pick up, that's boozy, brother.
Booze and raisins.
Boozy? Yeah, and kind of like that nice I actually like that raisin smell. I know a lot of people don't. It's a little weird, but I dig that smell. All right.
Well, happy 365.
Cheers, my brother. It's been a long, interesting year. Let's give it a shot. Got sweat rolling down my forehead out in the shed. It's so hot in here.
It is a little warm and humid today.
Yeah. Medium bodied.
I don't taste the booze, but you feel it.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. You kind of get the dark chocolate. You pick up like a little bit of vanilla. I think you get the booze when you drink it, obviously, like the back of the throat. You get that little bit of burn. And you pick up a little like that bourbon barrel, that like woody taste from the bourbon barrel.
Right.
I think this is a well done beer all in all.
It is. This is good. Like it. I mean, the flavor is good. Like I said, you don't really taste the alcohol, but you can kind of feel it like in the back of your throat when you swallow.
Mm-hmm. You pick up the flavors you should. You get the chocolate, you get a little bit of vanilla, you probably get a little bit of that raisin taste as well. You pick up the bourbon.
The bourbon, definitely.
Yeah, the bourbon taste, and then you get that little booziness at the end, almost like you're drinking bourbon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, I will say this. For 11 and a half, I don't really think it tastes like 11 and a half.
No, not at all.
I think you know there's some booze to it. But I think the nose made you think it's a heck of a lot boozier than it really is.
Yes, absolutely. It absolutely did. And you do know there's some booze in here, but it definitely doesn't taste like 11.5%.
Yeah. So all in all, I mean, I would say Collective Arts, Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Porter, 2020. You guys did a good job with this beer, and I would definitely give you a thumbs up.
I'd also give you a thumbs up.
Yeah. So hopefully you like the videos. If you do, please hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, jump in down below. If you have any suggestions for beers for me to try for the next 365, let me know. I'm really kind of interested to see what comes next. Hey, cheers.
Cheers.